Hey guys, Scarletz here. So today's video will be a follow-up to my previous video about Dyrroth's passive that gets treated as spell vamp. So I've already tried a couple of mages using non-assassin items for Dyrroth while focusing solely on his spell vamp, and turns out he becomes an even more powerful hero for the early to mid-game phase because, as you can see, he can heal like crazy just by using the fighter emblem set with Vitality, and he can even deal with 2 enemies at once. Well, don't get me wrong, Dyrroth is already a powerful hero in the early laning phase, but with this fighter kit, he will become even tougher than before with lots of healing through his passive, since the heal scales with Dyrroth's max HP. Not to mention, his defense reduction is still one of the best defense reduction skill in Mobile Legends, making enemy tanks much more squishy and squishy enough for him to secure a solo kill in early game. But in the late game, he will be doing less damage with this build and isn't really that tanky either, so it's kind of in between. And because he lacks CC skills or immunity, aiming for the third hit for the heal will be a bit hard, especially when the enemy's team has lots of CC dealers. But early to mid game, he is an absolute beast, even more than Lucas himself. Now from many of my matches, I don't think I have a great highlight for him since I don't really play Dyrroth, so I'll be choosing the decent one to showcase this fighter build. And this one is probably my match with my team in Mythical Glory 79. As for the build, I'm actually using Thamuz build since I'm buying Corrosion to increase Dyrroth's attack speed so that he can trigger his third spinning hit much faster. And I also aim for the slow so that my target will have a hard time escaping from me. For emblem and talent set, like I said earlier, I'll be using the fighter set with Vitality to further increase the heal from my passive. Now for battle spell, I've already tried Flicker, Vengeance, and Petrify, and all of them work really well depending on your own playstyle, and as for mine, I think I'll stick with Petrify. Starting from the early phase, I'll go with Vitality Crystal because Vitality talent with Vitality Crystal. Yeah, why not? So my enemy is Sun, and Sun can't really play aggressive in the early game, so just aim for his clone because it gives you a great amount of money and XP when killed. Just make sure to last hit it before it disappears. Because our enemy is playing really safe, we don't want to waste this chance to get the Scavenger Crab, and after that, back to farm, but enemy's Johnson has decided to join Sun to gank me. But again, don't worry about that because more enemies mean more heal. Not to mention, Sun's clone will also contribute to my heal, so this situation is probably in my favor. Unfortunately, Sun was able to escape from my grasp thanks to me for tapping my second skill on his clone, but that's alright because now, I can freely play their turret for extra money. Next, don't forget to wait for your mid laner before clearing your lane at around minute 2 so that both of your mid laner and roamer will get to level 4 to start brawling at turtle. At this moment, I think we're already in a strong lead, so I'll just go back to guard and farm my lane because I don't want to gank yet before passing minute 5 since Sun can clear and fully plate my turret in a second. So I'll just wait for their Johnson to gank me because I'm confident with this situation and even more with my friends nearby. And after that, just go for the turret. Now usually, after destroying the enemy turret, I tend to swap lanes with my marksman or just roaming around to look for a kill, and we got Novaria over here. But like I said earlier, leave your lane for a while and Sun will destroy your lane turret in a second, so I decide to just mirror him from now on. And it looks like there's a brawl for their last turtle, so let's join the fight to land the final blow. To be honest, I love Dyrroth, but I often miss my enemies since I can only dash once, so I can hardly reach them if they're using an escape skill, especially if I'm not using the flicker spell. So let's just let her go while heading to the top lane because Sun will be there, of course. Next, I just see my friends having fun over there, so I'll just join them to make it more fun. Well, this Sun sure is good at escaping, but very unfortunate for him to encounter our minions. I'm sorry, Sun. Now I want to join my friend mid lane, but Harriet just suddenly showed up out of nowhere, and I thought I'd be dead, but thanks to my spell vamp, I managed to kill him somehow. And because we don't want our enemies to make a comeback, we decided to take the Lord while I decided to aim for their Noveria, but I couldn't even kill her even with my ultimate using this fighter build. Moving on, since we got the Lord, it's better if I do split pushing instead of straight push with my friends, and I'm quite lucky here to be able to kill Esmeralda while the rest just got taken out by my team. So yeah, that's it for the highlight. Well, like I said, it's not really a great highlight since I have a great teammate, and I think my enemies in this match are also not at their best. And I'm afraid playing solo will be more difficult for me since Dyrroth isn't my forte, so I might end up being scolded by a toxic player who can only yap and thinks that they never make a bad play in their life. And I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching and see you around.